Greetings and salutations, viewers. I'm StarPrincessHLC, and hey, we're in Flopside on this episode of Super Paper Mario. Joining me in this flip-floppery is J.K. Lantern.
Flip-floppery? What is this, a presidential election?
Layla M.
Political jokes.
And Sarat.
I mean, I was thinking it.
I was gonna start singing that song from Dragon Tales, but there's no one was gonna get the reference.
I mean, I used to watch it.
I remember it existed. I never watched it.
It's been a long time since I saw Dragon Tales.
I grew up with it. I remember very little.
Like, that's kind of me with Mr. Rogers. Like, I watched a lot of Mr. Rogers as a kid. Damn if I remember any of it.
Really friggin' Booby, or was it Maisie? A bunch of noggin shows.
I was gonna say, I remember Maisie. I remember the books, actually.
They were books? Of course they were books.
Yeah. Same with, like, Spot.
I remember Spot now.
I remember Dick and Jane.
Button.
I may have been doing a little experimenting off screen.
I tried to do the Guargura, but it didn't click. I think I did this last session.
Gah.
Gah.
Wah 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 wah. Watoto.
Kikiriki! In which we just rip off Hololive for half an hour.
I tried to do the bass squeak, but it didn't come through. Iris, it's Iris. It's Blackjack.
Yes, it is a blackjack.
Yeah. I don't know where Patches is right now.
At the duel of the Hololive.
Is Blackjack armed with two AC2s? Precisely one of you gets that reference.
I don't even think the blackjack in the game is armed with two AC2s. I think it has other weaponry.
What the hell did they do to my blackjack? I am deeply concerned.
I don't think it's the one.
I don't know.
I think
what
it's
the hell
one of
did
the
they
other
do to your
variants.
hookers? That was really bad. But it's you, so it's fine.
I was gonna say, you saw what I
That's
put
a
in.
good reference, I'll say that.
Yes, Star?
I was gonna say, you saw what I put in the Super Happy Fun room, so it's like, we're not above this.
I muted the chat. The other day I was telling my mom about the about Bastard Smalls and like how we're like, you know, playing hot potato with the DM chair essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like she's like, I'm glad you have friends to do things with, and I'm like, yeah, I have people to do shit with and shit to do people with. Wait.
That came out wrong.
No. And I'm like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like one of those videos you see online where when they're asking little kids, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to have big boobies.
Do you have opinions?
I guess.
Blackjack like boobies.
Do you have opinions, Blackjack?
What were you gonna say, Star?
I could make so many terrible jokes here. I'm not going to.
See,
Well,
like
I
when I was
did.
when I was a kid, I remember like in the second grade, we were given a thing about like, what are things you'd wish you could change about yourself? And like I was like, I wish I had really strong legs and long arms because I was doing gymnastics at the time and I thought that would help me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it turns out I have both of those things, but it's one of those monkey paw scenarios because at least one of those is because of a medical condition. So it's like, oh, thanks for that.
Oh.
You know, Kat, I have been home for over an hour. Yet you picked this exact time to jump up here and demand attention.
I had my cat in here with me all day, and then he left.
Mine's curled up on the couch.
Baby. I turned around to see if he was on the bed. He is not, but I also got like disoriented because just yesterday I like moved everything in my room around, so now my bed's in a different place than it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And instead I'm looking at my wardrobe and it's like, I'm like closer to my AC now. It's not on though.
Yeah.
So now I worry that
I was gonna say, now you're closer to Narnia.
Well, actually, I'm farther away from no. Yeah, I'm closer to Narnia because now the foot of the bed is closer to my closet. But okay, I forgot what the wardrobe looks like, but like my wardrobe's more of an armoire, and
Armoire of invincibility.
I was thinking it, but I didn't want to say it because I was sad because Lantern knows it from 8-Bit Theater and I know it from Fallen Empires.
I should watch Fallen Empires sometime.
Yeah.
So should I.
Yeah, it's like over 100 parts, I think, though.
I should not watch Fallen Empires.
I will destroy the Krusty Krab. There is a recap of like the first 50 episodes, I think.
Makes sense.
I tried like watching all of the episodes from 1 to whenever it ended. Then I realized this is torture. I should just watch the recap. Also, at the beginning of every episode, they recap it the last episode anyway.
Yeah,
So I kind of use that to cheat.
that's fair.
This is why I've never finished Homestuck too. Like several people were like, "Oh, you should read Homestuck. You'll love it." And like I've been through all of Problem Sleuth more than once, and I adore Problem Sleuth. And by all accounts, Homestuck is better. But like every time I start to read it, it's just like, okay, it's going. Okay, this first bit is just Problem Sleuth jokes getting reused, and Problem Sleuth did it better, but fine. Keep going, keep going. 2,000 pages later.
I straight up got the book version.
Like reading Sluggy Freelance.
My world is a crotch.
My world is a crotch. I'm into this anime called Pretty Cure. It's this magical girl series. It's like they're on their like 19th season.
Wow.
If I remember correctly. Yeah, they're like every season has a different continuity, but like,
Okay.
yeah. So like I got into the series during like season, I think it was 12, Under the Looming Shadow of the Void, the World Slowly drifting toward demise. You know what? I'm just gonna talk over this part. There was listen, we don't care about the story. I mean, we do, but we also don't. I try because like I got into the crappy English dub of one of the seasons while another season was like being released. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna watch all of the seasons, and this will be fine. 5 years later, I'm still super behind. I've watched only half of the things I said I was gonna watch. I looked up recaps for these things. At this point, I still haven't seen all the seasons, but I'm giving up and waiting until next year for the next season to come out, because the current season is focused on one of my triggers, which is food, but still.
The funnier part is Hatoful Boyfriend makes fun of that show.
What?
At least in the Holiday Star DLC, it does.
I'm googling the shit out of this.
The big black void is here. I feel like that's a bad thing. Also, hooray, we're in feudal Japan.
Are we playing that samurai dating sim?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Yes! 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 Hato Cat's pretty cool! That's the most popular season in America! Holy crap! I am so happy about this! It's an alternate timeline! It's the magical girls! I'm very happy right now, I'm sorry! It looks like the uniforms from that season, too! I want to shake the hand of whoever came up with this. I am so happy. As soon as one episode of this LP comes out, I'm switching my profile pic to Ryota Kawara.
In our stream series of Hannibal, like, Ryota's storyline is one of the places where I was the most serious. Like, I think I made someone in chat cry during that.
I think you did, yeah.
Hot dang. He has a human form. I need him wearing the dress in a human form.
I'm sure somebody's made the fan art.
They have to have. Okay.
I mean, Ryota has a maid outfit, canonically.
Yeah?
Ooh.
Ryota wears a lot of... He also has the Shrine Maiden outfit.
Yep.
I'll probably try looking it up, and it just gave me the actual anime.
Give me the pure fart!
Oh!
He looks like a Kirby character.
No, fight me and my men! All my Hololive men!
These are South Park Canadians.
I was gonna say...
It's you right.
Blame Canada!
I'm not your friend, buddy! I'm not your buddy, guy! I'm not your guy, friend!
It would totally make sense that they would have a pure fart.
Yep.
Yeah?
They would.
So we have to face the 100 Sammers.
Yes. Pacho!
Hail Screw!
Hail Scroob!
Hail Scroob.
Hail Scroob.
My South Park knowledge is limited to that one. Let me start over. My South Park knowledge is limited to like 2 episodes and the appearance of Aaron Cartman and Kyle, whatever his last name is, in a fangan that actually exists called Cartoons and Danganronpa. I think I've talked about it before.
But yeah, we were referencing Spaceballs.
Yep. President Scroob, played by Mel Brooks.
Here we go.
I see you!
I see you! Hill with eyes. I love that. All of the Sammer Kingdom guys are hilarious Mario references.
The first one was called Jade Blooper, by the way.
Yep.
Crap. This one.
There are 100
Always
of these.
watching.
I mean,
Always watching Wazowski.
Always watching Wazowski.
Always watching Wazowski. Always watching.
Puffing
I am
Fist.
Puffing Fist, guardian of the third gate. I can send the mightiest opponent to his doom with a single strike. Ha 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 ha.
Or not.
It is you who has dealt the ha 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 ha.
And
I have failed the ancient traditions. My strike lacks I must go and train at the Cloud Temple. I will use my remaining vacation days.
Please don't do that to yourself.
Yeah. Also, Cloud Temple, what are we in, Spyro?
Maybe.
Or Zelda.
I wonder if Stubby's here then.
God
Doobie.
damn it. The hell kind of name is Stoopy?
About as interesting as Clockla.
I genuinely don't think Clockla's a bad name. At least out of context. In context, it's kind of lazy.
Now engage in Claw Claw!
Okay, that sounds kind of cool, actually. Claw, claw! Claw!
Now instead we gotta do an opera duo off.
La. I enjoyed that in Sly Cooper way more than I probably should have.
I saved that to my playlist. He looked so happy. I love these boys so much. My level of investment in Sly Cooper is surprising to me. Like, I like the aesthetic of like those goofy cartoon video games, but they were never really my thing. But this is like, oh my god, why didn't I show up to more of these streams?
So, like, the first game is rough. The second game is much better, although the second half I got annoyed with. The third game I am thoroughly enjoying.
Yeah.
A challenger comes under the darkening sky. Wiggity wiggle.
It's snowing.
It is
not
snowing.
It wasn't me for once. Who made the Game Grumps reference?
I mean, you kind of have to whenever a haiku shows up.
My brain just jumps to, in Scott, Baritone Blur's fan server, we have a haiku bot that just, like, shows up whenever someone says anything similar to a haiku, and, like, formats it as a haiku.
That's in the Lemon Light public server as well. His name is Kyle.
Yep.
Cute. I think ours is just haiku bot. Or maybe it was Charles.
It should be Charles.
Yeah. Let me...
We have it in the Lemon Light crew server too.
Didn't...
Karibo's shoe, the most beloved power-up in Mario.
Karibo. Do-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, Charles Cursed Throne.
This is the greatest plan.
This is the greatest haiku! It's snowing on Mount Fuji!
Also, man,
So-
Bowser, you're just decimating everything.
He is, have you met him?
They don't really have a good plan for getting fire breathed at them.
Nah, not really.
Fry Guy. I remember fighting you in Super Mario Brothers 2.
Ding, fries are done. Ding, fries are done. Ding, fries are done. Ninja!
That ninja looked like he was still in his boxer shorts.
He may have been.
Yeah, maybe he
looks
just
like
woke up.
He's been wearing pants.
Sias?
Maybe.
Either that or like Koka-san, he's got a cult of followers who just run around pantsless.
You what? I'm sorry, you what?
I mean,
Real men fight in the nude.
that is an actual line he says in Hatoful Boyfriend.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I
For
thought
a
you were
while,
talking
that was
about
my
Arbugus
banner
on.
pick on Facebook.
Oh, Screaming Mantis. That's a good name.
Screaming Mantis sounds like me after some of these recording sessions.
Oh, he's still here. Get rid of Haikubot.
Screaming Mantis, the lost Mega Man X boss.
Hey, deadbeats! It's I, Calliope Mori! I don't know South Park, so we're doing the Hololive reference instead! Because that's what I was shooting for! Let's go! What, Star?
What happened?
You were about to say something?
I was?
I thought I heard you about to say something and then I cut you off.
I
We
don't
have
know.
defeated a Chonky Boy. It is much
Sorry.
inferior to the Chonky Boy from Super Mario RPG.
Yeah. He's not as cool as the turtle.
No, he's not.
But
I
consider the
still want a
butt.
plushie of that.
Yeah.
He does not help Mario become Kryptonian.
Okay, but yeah, Chonkers was cute.
I shall knock you down.
I, Undyne, will strike you down!
Oh no, this one's got a jumping mechanic. Haha.
I feel like jumping on Bowser would hurt him. Then again, he's probably wearing armor.
To be fair, Bowser's kind of used to being jumped on.
Bowser is elementally strong against jumps.
True.
This reminds me of that
usually-
one video where they asked what would happen if Sonic and Mario traded places.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
That Pro ZD?
I think it was College Humor or something
Yeah,
like that.
I think it was. Yeah, it was either College Humor or Dorkly.
Dorkly, probably. Which I think is just
Sounds
an
like
offset
Dorkly.
of College Humor.
Yeah. I know there was one where there was an episode where they where Tails and Luigi switched sidekick partners. So Mario was hanging out with Tails, and it's like, "Oh, you're awesome!" And then Luigi is just like, I can jump a little higher than my brother."
I remember this one Dorkly video where it was like, if the video game characters could break the rules. And the only part of it I remember is Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong, like, about to do the like, cave level with, like, the mine cart. And they're just like,
Yes.
actually, why don't we just walk here? You know, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
In Donkey Kong, the minecart levels are very much love it or hate it. Like, I know people who absolutely adore those levels. Because, especially in Donkey Kong Country 1, because some of the jumping physics for those levels are a little finicky, shall we say. I am less of a fan, because it's like, son of a bitch, I should have made that jump. I jumped at the edge of the thing. What the? Why am I censoring myself? I don't know.
I thought you were just turning into a bird.
Yeah, same. I thought you became a chicken. Who gave you the chicken hat?
Oh, so.
And who
Oh,
gave it
God.
long enough for you to attune to it?
So that's a thing in the Witchlight campaign. Like, I should not have given that to one of my players. Not because he's gonna do anything terrible with it. It's because all of the other characters want to do terrible things to his character while he's a chicken.
Oh, no!
So we need to find a fertile rooster while he's a chicken. What the hell's wrong with you?
I mean, if it helps, my mom's making a chimkin gnome.
Yep.
Pumpkin.
Sweaty palm. Welp.
Ew. Why are you named Sweaty Palm?
His mother did not
No,
love
his
him
name
enough.
is Slipping Grip. He's a member of the Sweaty Palm Dojo.
The fact that that's as bad as the burnt tongue cult.
I was gonna say, there's time to reference that there.
This is the second most pathetic cult I've ever dealt with.
They're good at poker, at least. They're worthy adversaries. In poker, and nowhere else.
I thought Arimnes just kind of fleeced them in poker.
They did, but they were worthy adversaries.
Clammy Hand.
Now that's a weird name.
From slipping grip to clammy hand.
I bet one of the Samer guys is named Burnt Tongue.
My name is Bob Johnson.
John
I mean, one of the
Bobson?
early ones was named Master Wiggler.
You know? Okay, to be fair, Wiggler is a creature. Another one was called something Birdo.
And another one was Swollen Tongue.
Yeah, we passed him a bit a while ago.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
And he's Forbidden Slap. Formerly from the Sweaty Palm Martial Arts Academy, but I got expelled for learning the forbidden slapping techniques from the Dark Tomes.
Oh no, he learned the dim mock.
He learned the
the-
Ric Flair. There we go.
He learned the idiot sandwich. Forbidden slap you.
Good for you, pal. Oh god, there's too many! Oh. Oh my god, I can't tell who's who.
I don't think it matters.
Probably not. They're just gonna slap and sweat everywhere. Wasn't sure if you were about to just jump on me again. Hi, Patches.
Chiz!
Where's my cat? God dang it. Usually he's all over me.
Oh my god, it's so tiny!
Get the harvest leaf! Is that Punio?
Harry Arantula.
I am Harry Arantula. I can't do the Elmo.
Harry Antula, I think.
Probably.
Arantula?
Yeah, I'm assuming.
Harry Arantula?
Apparently he's
Yeah.
gonna bite our earlobes. Joke's on you! Bowser doesn't have ears!
He's going to bite your kneecaps off.
No, he's not.
He's gonna disintegrate your limbs, or not.
He tried. He was awfully quick.
Yeah, it's because he's so tiny.
I can hear you chomping, Lancer.
Nom nom nacho.
Huh. Chomp.
Let's see, who are you? You are...
Pekoyama. I don't know.
It's another castle.
What?
That's his name.
That one's just lazy.
I'm sure I've posted it in the server, but the Mountain Goats have a song from the point of view of Toad called "Your Princess is in Another Castle." It's a really good song too.
Which channel?
Radio Lantern, but I probably posted it a long time ago.
in a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah, I'll just look it up on YouTube.
That'll be much faster.
Yeah. Princess. Another giant with like the trans flag for a head.
Whoopsie.
There's a Bowsette song.
Of course there is.
I mean...
Back in the day, I recorded a cover of In the Final, but as Bowsette. But that I never released it.
Uh-oh, the giant space butthole is growing bigger.
Oh.
Plot is happening, what?
Oh, hello, Black.
You want me to go back? Are we voicing these again now?
I think so.
Yeah.
It is already far too late to stop Count Black! Who's the creepy count with the cape? Count Black! Black. The prophecy unfolds smoothly thanks to the Chaos Heart. The light of each world will be snuffed out one by one.
Why would you want to do something so unspeakable?
You question Count Black? This worthless world's destruction matters not. Far better for Count Black to wipe it out of existence than let it remain.
How can you say that? That's horrible.
Count Black scoffs at you. An insignificant pixel lectures Count Black on what is right and wrong?
This is not up for discussion. You're wrong and sick. All living things have a heart. They're all priceless. You can't just erase them.
The hell I can.
Of all things you defend the heart, nothing could be more worthless. All things are meaningless. Aside from timpani, no treasure mattered in the least to me.
Wait, timpani?
Timpani?
Speak no more! This world is dying under the monocle gaze of Count Black! But don't let that stop you from trying to find a pure thought you will never acquire.
So for those of you who haven't cottoned on to this yet,
Oh dear.
I don't know if we got to that yet.
What-
We haven't,
what-
but I don't know if we should.
one of the
It
people in
hasn't
the
outright
interludes.
said it yet.
Okay. One of the
Yeah.
people in the interludes, well, you know where we're going with this.
Yeah. But we'll figure that out in the next episode. So until then, folks, take care.
Later.
Rug.
Bye!